Okay, so after we insert our structural columns, I believe your model should look like this. Okay, so as you see here, if I, for example, if I hide my Revit link, all I have are my, let me delete these beams. All I have are my columns and my beam that supports the glass roof. Okay, and note that these are steel beams and concrete beams. Okay, alright, so let me reset. I can press HR or I can just click here. Okay, so select to insert our structural floors, it's pretty simple. We just go here again, collaborate, copy monitor, select link, and I click on my link. As you see, these are actually architectural floors from our architectural project. So I'll click copy, multiple. I will select my floors, all of the 3 floors, finish. Okay, identical. Okay, doesn't matter. Stop monitoring, copy monitor, finish. Okay. Now, when I go to my Revit link and I will temporarily hide. Yes, I just have one slab. So I have these slabs here. We see that we have some, in my case, I have some holes here. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to fix just doing basically the same thing again. So I'll just copy multiple and I'll click here. Where else? Not here. Here. Yeah. And I should be good now. In your case, if you have more than one, you just keep on clicking until you select all of them. Okay, so finish. Highlight force overlap. Okay, copy monitor, finish. Okay, so now if I hide my Revit link, this is what I should have. Okay, or something similar to this. It's okay. Okay, so this is how I insert my structural floor, and I can just click here. For example, I have this type of floor here, but I don't really want this. You can select the type of floor you want, let's say 8-inch concrete, and this one too. Okay, so this is how we insert our architectural floors. The reason why I said in my previous video to actually copy the architectural model of the frame that supports the glass roof is because we cannot use the copy monitor tool to select the beams. Beams cannot be selected and cannot be copied using this command copy monitor here and select the link. So this is why I asked you guys to just Control C, Control V our beams. Okay, or we could have done here in the structural project, but then it wouldn't show up when we render later. Okay, so this is how we do our floors, slabs, and to do our footings it's something straightforward. We go to structure, and in our case we will just have isolated footings. So I can have a wall, I can have a slab, but in our case we will just have isolated. And then you can select the footing you want. I will click here, for example, and then it's easier to insert them in a structural plan. So just click here, and okay. So in your case, if you have your Revit link here, you can just click VG and Revit links. You can select or unselect here, and then your Revit link will show up or not show up. So I find it easier to just not have it here when I'm placing footings. So we'll go here, isolate it, and you see this option here, add columns. You just click here, and then you keep on clicking on your columns. And this is my analytical floor plan, so this is why my columns are not showing up. So, okay, there we go. If I go here, I'll press V, G to go to visibility, graphs, and Revit links. I will unselect this. Okay. Okay, so now I have just my structural elements. Okay, let's do it. Isolate it, add columns, and I can just select all of my columns at once. And I just hit finish. Oh yeah, an attached structural foundation will be moved to the bottom of the column. That's okay, that's exactly what we want. And you should have something like this, pretty straightforward. Okay, and this is what we're gonna do for our foundation. And for our beams, what we'll do is I'll go to my level 1 and I will just connect the columns with the beams. So I'll just click here beam, or I just press BM beam, and you can select the size of the beam you want. Remember that on level 1 and level 2 we would have concrete beams, and on level 3 we will have steel beams. So I can just it's up to you if you want to just insert in on your grids, or if you want to do column by column, the way whichever. Okay, whatever you find easier. Let me see if my beam is here. Oh, it's actually in here. So I want it 0, 0. I want it down here actually. Okay, BM. Okay, and you do it all around with connecting all of the columns. And just a quick detail here, if you want to do it curved, you can just click here. Let's see if this will work. Yep, works. You can just leave it like this. Let's see if it worked. So what's wrong here? This should be 0. Okay, and you are going to do it all around on the first floor, which is here, second floor here, and on the third floor is here. You were actually going to do with steel beams. So one thing I highly recommend is, instead of like just do for floor by floor, you can just select one beam, press SA to select all. Okay, so now you will copy to clipboard, paste, align to selected levels, level 2, okay, and it should go here. So you can do the same thing, copy, paste, align selected levels, level 3, okay. Remember that here, it quite didn't go, okay, that's okay. Remember that here we have steel beams, okay? So I just changed to steel beams. But there is a small problem here, that my beams are actually inside my floors. So I know that my floor is 8-inch thick. So what I'll do is, you see here the Z offset value, I will change to -0.8. Okay, and it should go down. Let me see. Yes, it did. Okay. So select all of my my concrete beams and Z offset -0.8, and it should go down. And this is how you insert all of your beams. So same thing, if you don't want to see the this kind of thing here, you probably can hide somewhere here. Revit links, nope, okay, and yeah, it goes away. Okay, so after we do it all, this is how it should look like. Let me hide this, because this is not for now. Nope, okay. So, okay, we're good now. Yes, so this is how um, your project should look like so far. You see that we have the beams here that supports the glass roof. We have the footings, we have the concrete columns, we have the steel columns, we have the concrete beams, 2 floors, and we have steel beams on the other floor. Okay, and there should be a slab here.